part of the world where there are no rules. Deep in the jungle, with nothing that needs a safe.
You lose it here, you're in a world of hurt. Showtime, kid.
It hunts for sport.
It's killing us one at a time. We're all gonna die.
They're up against the ultimate enemy.
And it ain't no man.
It sees the heat of our bodies and the heat of our fear.
And now it wants us.
It hunts for sport.
It's killing us one at a time. We're all gonna die.
But this time,
if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Last August, I fought, got the guy out of there in the first round.
As you should.
Thank God, God willing, everything went well. And then I actually had 2 fights lined up. I was supposed to fight back in Boston in early September. And then I had another homecoming fight lined up, which I didn't tell no one about, in October, the following month. Then my last sparring session before that fight, 10 days before, had a freak accident, freak injury. So it sidelined me for like 3 months. I'm back now, but messed me up for that fight in September, and messed me up for my homecoming fight, messed my money up. So
you
know how it goes.
All right, so tell me this: where was the homecoming joint going to be at? Tentatively.
New York.
All right.
Very in Westchester. It was going to be in Westchester.
All right.
I didn't have nothing signed, but we were almost there. Everything was there. And then I had my previous fight signed, but got hurt, couldn't fight in that, and couldn't make the whole homecoming fight. I don't want to say nothing that's going to give it away too much.
Got it.
I could tell you definitely for sure exactly what it was off camera, but just freak accident, little, it's a boxing injury. It's a physical sport.
It should happen.
You train your bodies on the line every single day, even if you're not sparring, even you're just regular training, doing physical stuff. So maybe it was a combination of things. A little bit of overtraining. Maybe the weight cut. There's a lot of things you could factor in, and maybe I should have been going 50 instead of 80%. But it's a learning experience. Everything happens for a reason.
Absolutely.
Now I'm more focused on training the correct way all the time, and leaning off when I gotta lean off, and leaning on when I gotta lean on. So I got a good combination. Know when to pick my trainings.
And those experiences you pick up as you go. That's not necessarily something somebody can even forewarn you about. Because even if they do, it happened to them. It was their own experience. You don't know their variables, their lifestyle habits and all of that, but you know yours. So you know what you did, proper or improper. Or if it was just coming down to a freak accident, it was nothing that you possibly can even do to avoid that.
Which could happen anytime, but it just so happened to happen in the boxing ring that time. But it's all good. It was only 3 months. In that time off, it wasn't like I wasn't doing nothing. I did what I could. I was kind of limited, but I kept my mind sharp. I watched old fights. Thought about fighting every day. So my mind was there. So as soon as I got back into training, I was good. They called me, I was good. I was like, yep, take the fight. I'm ready to go. And I had my first sparring 2 weeks ago.
How'd that feel?
Felt good. I took it easy the first one, and the second one picked it up. Did 6 rounds, 30-second rest. No problem. So I'm right back where I left off.
All right, good. I'm glad to hear you healthy and everything like that.
Thank you.
And I am very curious to hear about it off camera.
I'll tell you. So it was for Granite Chins Promotions.
Say that again?
Granite Chins.
Granite Chins.
Yeah, they're out of Massachusetts, Boston area, around the surrounding area. Chris Trediti, I don't know if I'm pronouncing his last name correctly, good dude. He was where I was supposed to fight my previous fight. Got injured, so now I'm fighting on a show there. It's in Bridgewater, Mass. It's about like a half an hour out from Boston. It's like 3.5 hours from here. It's not too bad. My original opponent, I think we were supposed to be fighting at 54. Couldn't make the weight. He had to pull out. He was an MMA guy, so he was making his boxing debut. So that didn't work out. Got a new guy, game opponent. He's going to show up. It's at 160, so get to keep a couple extra pounds on, and I'm ready to go. So my permanent weight class is going to be super welter, 154.
Okay.
That's hands down going to be it. My debut was at 68.
Yeah.
Short notice.
All right.
It was 3 weeks.
Yeah.
One guy pulled out. They had the opening for 68.
Yeah.
I was walking around at like 175.
Okay.
So I made that. I weighed in at 163.
Got
so
it.
I made that no problem.
All right.
I walk around. I'm a big dude.
Yeah.
But I'm weird. I gain weight and lose weight crazy fast, just how my body is.
Yeah.
Even in the amateurs, it was like that. I walk around like 185, 190.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I just cleaned my diet up for like 2-3 weeks, and it's like all water. It's crazy.
Okay.
I could be, for instance, that day I checked my weight before I fought.
Yeah.
I weighed in at 163.
Yeah.
I walked in the ring like 183.
Oh shit. Okay.
And yeah, I see all the stuff, all the weight bully, all the.
Yeah.
I was drinking and eating that morning before I weighed in.
Yeah.
Just I have a good genetics, I guess.
Okay.
For weight cutting.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I schedule it around my training. So my diet is really scheduled around my training. So I'll always run. I'll do a run in the morning.
Yeah.
Fasted. 6 to 7 days a week.
Okay.
Or some type of cardio.
Yeah.
Fasted in the morning. I'll have my first meal around 12. That's just going to be a protein. Carb, depending on what I'm doing in the afternoon.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna spar, I'm gonna carb up.
Okay.
For that, and then I'll eat 2 hours before I spar. So kind of like how a fight would be. I'm gonna eat like 2 hours before I fight. So I kind of do a complex carb with like an easy protein.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I just get the protein in again. But it's really high protein, high fats, low carbs. Carb up depending around the training.
Yeah, get that energy.
And now when I'm off season, I'm kind of eating whatever,
Yeah.
but whole foods, whole meals. And I have my cheat days, but it's just to kind of keep me sane, you know, 'cause I'm loving my food.
This is something I practice for myself, and I even tell my fighters this. I don't even label it cheat days. If I'm busting my ass and I'm making all those sacrifices and discipline, it's my reward day. You know what I mean? It's on. I look at it like this. If I analogize it with working 5 days a week, and I'm putting in, let's say 40 to 65 hours a week. When the weekend come, I ain't cheating from work. Like, it's my rest day. I earned that. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we can adapt that as fighters and coaches, not to even call it, or just athletes in general, because I hear that outside of boxing, and you know.
No, you're right.
Just not a cheat, because it's hard enough to just be a disciplined person in life. You know what I mean? Even if
8
you're not
weeks
an
at a time. It's 8 weeks at a time. 10 weeks at a time.
Yeah, yeah. So reward.
You just get used to it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
You adapt, and if you're a person that's focused on results, that's kind of what you're chasing, and that's what keeps you locked in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the results. You see the results.
and
you
you're
feel
like,
the
oh,
results,
yeah.
and you're like, all right, I'm going to keep it going.